What up? Welcome back to another episode of Select Your Character, created and hosted by yours truly. So I actually just got off work, and that's why I'm recording this intro so late. That's why the video is coming out so late. But I did say I would get you guys a video today, and that's what I'm doing right now. So we're running back, no pun intended, to the Sonic characters for a little bit, and today's episode is going to be about Knuckles, the dude who does not chuckles, the dude who this one's about Knuckles. He's probably my favorite Sonic character, so I was really excited to do this one. Hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I like making it, and yeah, the next video will be the 300 subscriber special, the big one talking about all the Donkey Kong characters. So I'll see you guys in a few days for that, so peace out. Enjoy this one about Knuckles in the meantime. Alright, later.
Alright, so just imagine you're a huge gamer in the early to mid 90s, right? And your favorite console is your Sega Genesis. As a Sega fan, you have been eating lately. 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog. You had a blue hedgehog running super fast, and that was cool. Then in 1992, you get Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You had a brand new adventure, the Chaos Emerald, Super Sonic, and most importantly, the brand new character, Tails the Fox. This game was top tier. I mean, it even had the Death Egg. How could they possibly top this? Well, I'll tell you how. By adding another brand new character. By 1993, everyone and their grandma knew who Sonic was. The entire world was engulfed in what was referred to as Sonic Mania at the time, so naturally a third Sonic game was in development with a brand new character leading the marketing charge. This, of course, was Sonic's first ever rival. Okay, second rival. Okay, he's technically more of an enemy. I'm talking about Knuckles the Echidna. So Knuckles was... Oh, this isn't Echidna, by the way. In case you were wondering. Knuckles was originally created in 1994 in a design contest that was being held for developers. Pretty much the same origin as our buddy Tails here. For a while it seemed like whenever they wanted to add a new character, they would just have a contest and choose the best design, but I like to think of these as wholesome fun office events with cake and 80s pop music. The winner of said contest was none other than game designer Takashi Yuta, who submitted his very own Echidna design with dreadlocks who would act as a rival for Sonic. The idea was to have Knuckles focus more on power and strength as a good contrast to Sonic's speed and wits. Originally Knuckles was colored green, but was eventually changed to red, probably to better balance out the blue and yellow of Sonic and Tails, but could you imagine if they never changed this? Me neither. The plot of Sonic 3 is actually one that's pretty well known and beloved amongst the greater gaming community, a story mode as old as time, if you will. So pretty much Knuckles lives alone on a floating island called Angel Island, which is home to the Master Emerald, an ancient relic that holds all the power in the universe, I think? It's pretty much if you took all 7 Chaos Emeralds and just rolled them into one. You see, Knuckles is the last of his kind, a group known as the Echidna tribe, so it's now his lifelong duty to protect the Master Emerald and keep it from landing in the wrong hands. However, there's unfortunately one issue with that. Knuckles is stupid. You see, Knuckles here was just minding his own business one day when all of a sudden Eggman just shows up and starts talking nonsense. He pretty much tells Knuckles that Sonic and Tails are actually the bad guys and that they're coming to steal the Master Emerald. Obviously, Knuckles, being the dumbass he is, falls for this and is not having any of it, so as soon as Sonic and Tails show up, Knuckles meets Sonic with a sucker punch to the face. Dude straight up knocked the super out of him. During this misunderstanding, Eggman sees that everyone is distracted and seizes the opportunity to steal the Master Emerald for himself. Then Knuckles finally learns who the true villain is, and he's all like, "Oh, what the hell?" And then Sonic's like, "I told you, bro," and then the two team up, eventually taking down Eggman and saving the Master Emerald. And yeah, if you've played the games or seen the movies, you know that the rest is history. Knuckles would become a part of the Team Sonic for years and years to come, fully completing the trio of him, Sonic, and Tails. Knuckles was actually such a cool character that one game wasn't enough to show his full awesomeness, so alongside Sonic 3, we got a completely new add-on creating the monster that was Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. This was cool because not only does Knuckles have his own adventure now, but you could also play as him in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 game just by stacking your Knuckles cartridge on top of your Sega Genesis. Another cool thing about Knuckles worth mentioning from the Genesis era was his own spin-off game, Knuckles Chaotix. This game was an add-on to the Sega 32X, and while it isn't super talked about nowadays, it's definitely become somewhat of a cult classic over the years, if anything, just for introducing Team Chaotix, who can sometimes still be spotted in the modern games to this day. Since then, Knuckles has kept his rightful spot on Team Sonic and still fights alongside his blue buddy any chance he gets. Nowadays, you could find what, in my opinion, is one of the best versions of Knuckles since his original conception in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise. In fact, the plot of the second Sonic film actually is pulled directly from Sonic 3, with Eggman tricking Knuckles into thinking Sonic is bad to steal the Master Emerald for himself. Random movie review, I love this movie, but the third one is definitely the best. Eventually, this version of Knuckles would get his own series on Paramount Plus, geniusly titled Knuckles. Now, I haven't seen every episode of the Knuckles show. In fact, I don't even think I've ever seen a full episode of it, but from what I've seen and heard, this show is a lot different from the movies. Supposedly, Knuckles isn't even in it that much, and you could argue that the main protagonist is actually this dude, Wade Whipple. Yeah, so the Knuckles show is actually about this goofy cop and his weird daddy issues. Oh, there's a lot of bowling and puppets? Alright, I'm out. Nevertheless, Knuckles is still one of, if not honestly, my favorite character in the entire Sonic franchise. He's just so cool with his red dreadlocks, his Lego shoes, his spiky Knuckles. And I just love the personality of any character who's just so headstrong to the point where they don't even think logically sometimes. It's honestly a hilarious trope and one of my favorites. And with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise and characters translating so well to film, I'm really glad that this new version of Knuckles is fitting in so well with the rest of the movie cast. I mean, he's literally voiced by Idris Elba. How could you go wrong? With that being said, I'll leave you with this piece of advice. If you're gonna do anything in life, be like Knuckles and do it 100%, and look effortlessly cool doing it. Unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle, it's our fighting boy, good old Knuckles. Oh yeah, he also has a thing for grapes, I don't know.